Listen, I think the study of economics can absolutely help individuals make the right decisions for themselves and the way to order their priorities. I think in a free society, however, it's unreasonable to expect everyone to place the same value on those competing interests. And there's, as they say, there is no free lunch. Everything has a cost. So for instance, while having a completely fossil fuel free society may be in everyone's best interest in the long run, the economic cost of that goal may be too much for many people to bear. And in a democracy, in a free society, it's not easy or perhaps even desirable to enforce um, the will of what may be right in the long term over what might be right in the short term. Or at least that's the way I think about it. I think you see a similar question with regard to technology. Having free search engines is nice. We all rely on them. Most of us rely on them all the time. But of course, we also know that those services aren't really free. That there's a cost to your own privacy. And many of us willingly make that trade-off, but sometimes the trade-offs are not always completely obvious. And so, again, I think you're left with the same questions, which is, ultimately, how do you balance kind of the short-term interests of individuals with what some people might say are the long-term interests of society, especially if there's no real consensus on what the long-term interests of society is. I would say economics is more easily applied in societies in which there's only one culture and the values are the same. It becomes more difficult, I would argue, in a multicultural society, a free multicultural society.